My cousin took the money I'd saved up for my son's surgery. She straight up stole it. Mason's going to be okay, kids bounce back quick, but that's not the point. She was grinning as she booked herself a trip to Paris. A week later, the regret started to creep in. I remember the moment it hit me. Ryan posted this Instagram story, holding up a glass of champagne on some flight headed for France. At first, I couldn't figure out why it bothered me so much. Then I saw her fancy designer carry-on bag in the next post, and my gut twisted. That was the exact day I noticed the money had vanished from my savings account. It's been 3 full days since then, and I'm still struggling to wrap my head around everything. I figured maybe writing it all out would help me figure out what to do next. My boy Mason is 8. He needs surgery to fix his leg, nothing life-threatening, but it affects how he walks, runs, even how he plays. The doctors say the procedure should help him move like other kids. Run, kick a ball, be free. I've been putting money aside for 3 years. Picked up every extra shift I could. Weekends, holidays, didn't matter. $14,000. Might not seem like a fortune to some, but when you're working in a factory and raising a kid solo, it's a mountain. I had it tucked away in a separate savings account. Mason and I would check it sometimes. He'd get all excited, talking about how he'd run around with his buddies after surgery. Ryan had moved in with my sister Erin about 4 months ago after losing her job. Since then, she was over at our place all the time, playing with Mason, bringing him little snacks, acting sweet. Looking back now, I realize I missed the red flags. She kept asking questions. When's the surgery? How much is it going to cost? What account's the money in? I thought she was just being supportive, showing interest. Turns out, she had other plans. Last Thursday during lunch, I logged into my account to move a bit of money around. The surgery fund? Gone. Just wiped out. I called the bank on the spot. They said there'd been several transfers over the past week, small amounts, probably to keep me from noticing too quickly. I felt like throwing up. Tried calling Ryan. No answer. Texted. Nothing. Then her Instagram stories started rolling in. First the airport, then the champagne, then, of course, the damn Eiffel Tower. Every post felt like another punch to the gut. She wasn't even trying to cover it up. I called Erin. She was just as stunned. She mentioned Paris, Erin said, but she told me she'd been saving up. I had no clue. Apparently Ryan had been using Erin's Wi-Fi, even her laptop sometimes. I'm so sorry, Erin kept saying. Yesterday, Mason asked me why I looked so upset. How do you explain to a 7-year-old that someone he trusted basically stole his shot at walking normal? He held up this Eiffel Tower keychain Ryan gave him last week. Look, Dad, just like where cousin Ryan is right now. That keychain? She probably bought it with the money meant for his surgery. This morning, I finally got a hold of Ryan on WhatsApp. Her profile picture was her at some Paris cafe, holding a croissant, smiling like life's perfect. I confronted her about the money. Her response? It made my blood boil. Oh, come on, Jake. Don't be so dramatic, she said. It's not like it's an emergency surgery. He'll be fine, kids heal fast. Besides, I really needed this trip. You don't know how depressing unemployment is. I'll pay you back. Eventually. Eventually. Like my son's chance to walk again can just sit on a shelf and wait for her to feel like being responsible. I've got everything documented. Bank transfers. Timestamps. Screenshots. Messages. I'm not letting it go. Ryan seems to think that just because we're family, she can take what she wants and I'll just let it slide. She's about to find out that's not how this works. Erin's helping me figure out next steps. The bank's looking into the transfers, but they said it might be tricky since Ryan had access to my Wi-Fi and devices when she stayed over. She knew what she was doing, made it look like the transactions came from my IP address. The surgery was booked for next month. Now I've got to call and cancel. Just the thought of telling Mason makes me sick. He's been counting down the days on his calendar. Keeps talking about playing soccer with his friends once he's all healed up. I'm not asking anyone if I should go to the police. That decision's already made. I'm going first thing tomorrow. What I still don't know is how to tell Mason the surgery isn't happening, not yet anyway. How do I explain that someone he loves picked a vacation over his shot at walking right? Ryan's still posting like nothing happened. Designer stores, fancy meals, sightseeing, tagging every location. All of it paid for with the money that was supposed to help my kid walk. She even posted a photo of a donation box at Notre Dame. Captioned it, "Feeling blessed, giving back." I muted her, but Erin keeps sending me screenshots. You need to keep records, she says. And she's right. Each post is basically a confession, showing exactly what she spent my son's surgery fund on. What stings the most? Some folks in the family are already trying to brush it under the rug. She's just going through a tough time, they say. She'll pay it back eventually. Like that makes it okay. Like Mason's childhood is just collateral damage for Ryan's bad choices. I'm not letting this go. Not this time. Mason deserves better than eventually. Ryan just put up another Instagram story. Glass of wine in hand. Rooftop bar. Caption: living my best life. Sorry, not sorry. That's fine. Keep posting, Ryan. Keep showing everyone exactly who you are. I'll be at the police station first thing tomorrow. Thanks to everyone who supported me after my last post. This past week has been wild, none of it what I expected. I thought filing the police report would be the hardest part. Turns out, that was just the beginning. The cops were clear. Since Ryan had access to my Wi-Fi and devices while staying at my house, they're calling it a civil issue. They took my statement and the documentation, but told me I'd likely have to take it to small claims court. Not what I was hoping for, but at least it's all on record now. Meanwhile, Ryan's little Paris getaway keeps unfolding like a twisted reality show on Instagram. Yesterday, she posted a haul video, 3 designer handbags, new shoes, a whole Paris wardrobe refresh. The total she casually dropped? More than enough to cover Mason's surgery and all the rehab afterward. She even tagged the stores, writing "Living My Dreams." Just, wow. But here's the kicker. My sister Erin did some digging. Turns out, Ryan's been telling different stories to different relatives. To our aunts, she said I offered to help her start fresh. To the cousins, she claimed we had some kind of loan agreement. Ryan told her parents I was just being generous, because we're family. She's been spinning different versions of the story to everyone, but they've all got one thing in common. Somehow, I'm the villain just for wanting my money back. Her folks gave me a call last night. They offered to help out with some of the missing money, their way of keeping the peace in the family. Their version of help? $2,000. In 7 monthly payments. Like that's a fair trade for stealing $14,000 from my son, a kid who can barely walk right. I told them I'd rather settle this in court. The silence on the other end said everything I needed to know. Mason's been picking up on things. He's sharp. He noticed the calendar we used to count down to surgery was gone. I tried telling him we'd just have to wait a little longer. He looked up at me with those big, honest eyes and said, "Is it because cousin Ryan needed the money more than me? 7 years old, and already learning the hard side of family." This morning, I got another text from Ryan. "Look, I get you're mad, but you're blowing this out of proportion," she wrote. "I'm not stealing. I'm just borrowing. Besides, what's the rush? It's not like Mason's dying. Kids are tough. Tough. That's her excuse now. Kids bounce back." Erin's been incredible through all this. She's helping me stay organized, even put together a spreadsheet listing every single thing Ryan's flaunted online. We're calling it what it is: evidence. Every post, every story, she's basically building our case for us. The family's split down the middle. Half say I should be more understanding, Ryan's just going through a phase. The other half are horrified, but too scared to pick a side. Only Erin's standing by me out in the open. She told our aunt straight up. A phase is getting bangs or dating a drummer, not robbing a child of his surgery. Today wasn't easy. First, I had to cancel Mason's surgery date. The hospital put us back on the wait list, but our original spot is gone now. Then I called the bank again. They're still digging into the transfers, but at least they've flagged the transactions now. Small wins, I guess. Ryan actually picked up the phone today. Want to hear her genius solution? She told me I should just start a GoFundMe. Said she wasn't in a position to pay anything back right now. I reminded her of the designer shopping spree she just bragged about online. Her answer? That's different. I needed those things for my image. How else am I supposed to network and get a job? Later tonight, she posted this long, drawn-out Instagram story. All about cutting off toxic family members and putting yourself first. Sprinkled in a few cheesy quotes about negative energy and letting go of people who don't support your growth. It'd almost be funny if it weren't so pathetic. I've got a meeting with a lawyer next week. Erin found someone who offers free consultations for the first visit. Now the family's saying I'm being dramatic for dragging lawyers into what they call family matters. But you know what? I saw Mason at the park today, trying to keep up with the other kids. He limped, but he kept going, stubborn as ever. That's all the motivation I need. Here's the latest. Ryan's back from Paris. And instead of laying low, she's throwing some Paris-themed dinner party to show off her trip. Yeah, she actually invited me and Mason. The invite said, Let's put all this drama behind us. Mason would love the presents I brought him. Presents? Like cheap souvenirs are going to make up for robbing him of a shot to walk straight. I've got that lawyer meeting set for Tuesday. Ryan doesn't know yet, but she's about to learn what consequences really look like. Family or not. She thinks I'm being extreme? Fine. Let's see how she feels when a process server hands her court papers at her Paris-themed soiree. Things got worse before they got better, but finally, Ryan had to face some reality. I didn't go to her dinner party, but Erin did. She brought her phone and just recorded everything openly, like everyone else there was doing. Ryan was putting on a full show, showing off her Paris photos on her iPad, bragging about all the things she bought. Then she played a video that made my stomach turn. She's at a cafe, raising her glass to the camera. Shout out to my cousin Jake's account for making this trip possible. Sorry, not sorry. Her friends in the background were laughing their asses off. She literally filmed herself admitting to stealing the money. Thought it was hilarious. Erin sent me the video right away. Ryan saw and lost it. Started screaming at her to delete it. It was a joke. You're ruining my party. Everything fell apart after that. Her parents tried to settle everyone down while Ryan kept ranting about betrayal and disloyalty. Here's where it gets interesting. Remember how she's been looking for a job? Turns out she landed one. Was supposed to start next week. Erin found the posting online. It was for a financial coordinator role. You know, the person who handles money. The listing specifically said it required high ethical standards and experience with sensitive financial data. So I sent the hiring manager a short email. Just links to her public social media, all those posts from Paris, including the ones where she bragged about using stolen money. No drama. Just facts. Here's your future financial coordinator, I wrote, boasting about taking $14,000 from a child surgery fund. Ryan lost the job offer within hours. She showed up at my place that night, pounding on the door. You ruined my career. I was going to pay you back with that job. Her yelling scared Mason. I had to call the cops to get her off my property. They knew who she was, recognized her from the theft report I filed earlier. Her parents finally saw the video from the party. And for the first time, their tune changed. No more excuses. They told her to start selling her designer bags and that overpriced wardrobe if she wanted to make things right. Ryan's response? She locked herself in her old bedroom and started posting Instagram stories again. This time about being attacked by toxic family and how no one understands her mental health struggles. But the turning point came at a family dinner at our grandparents' place. Ryan tried to spin her usual story, played the victim card one more time. But something shifted. My grandfather, a man who's never taken sides in family arguments, finally said something. He'd been watching her post the whole time, saw every designer bag and expensive meal. You bought 3 handbags, he said, while your little cousin can barely walk. The whole table went quiet. Then he added, shame on you. Ryan started crying, not her usual crocodile tears. This time, she looked genuinely stunned. And for once, nobody was buying it. Not even her parents. When I brought up the civil suit, they backed me. Ryan tried one more time to manipulate the room. But I'm family, she said. How could you do this to family? My answer was simple. Mason is family too. You picked handbags over his chance to walk. That one sentence hit harder than anything else I could have said. The fallout was instant. Ryan's mom started digging through her recent purchases and began listing them online. Her dad called my lawyer to talk about a repayment plan. Ryan's still pushing back, but now she's on her own. No more defenders, no more excuses. Those designer bags? Gone. The Paris wardrobe? Getting sold too. Her parents moved her back into their house and took over her finances until the debts paid off. That's when they uncovered even more. Turns out, Paris wasn't her only reckless spree. She was hiding other debt too. Erin's been helping post items for sale. And every time something gets sold, Ryan throws a fit. Yesterday, she tried to claim some of the stuff were gifts, and we had no right to sell them. Her mom shut that down quick. Gifts bought with stolen money aren't gifts. The money's starting to come in slowly. It's not enough for Mason's surgery yet, but we're getting there. Ryan's dad set up monthly transfers directly to my account. She tried to cancel them, but her parents revoked her access to all bank accounts. She's got no financial control anymore. And the family dynamic? Completely flipped. She's no longer invited to anything. Her cousins unfollowed her. Even her closest friends are pulling away after seeing the mess she created. Last night, she posted a news story. Sometimes hitting rock bottom is what it takes to figure out who you really are. It had a screenshot of her deleted Paris posts attached. Maybe it's finally sinking in. Or maybe not. Just got a text from her. Hope you're happy. My life's ruined and it's all your fault. No, Ryan. You did this to yourself. And now everyone sees it. The court date's still scheduled for next month, but her parents are pressuring her to settle before then. One way or another, Mason's getting his surgery fund back. It's just a matter of time. I didn't think I'd be writing again, but what happened yesterday, it felt like closure. Karma finally showed up. And it came fast. We had Mason's rescheduled surgery consultation. Thanks to her parents sticking to the repayment plan, we finally had enough for the deposit. I was in the waiting room filling out paperwork when my phone started blowing up. Ryan had shown up at her parents' house, absolutely losing it. She'd just gotten rejected from another job. Apparently, her social media keeps following her around. Every time someone Googles her, up pop those Paris posts where she bragged about borrowing money for her vacation. The internet doesn't forget. Instead of owning it, she barged into their house demanding they fix it. Her mom refused. That's when Ryan snapped. She grabbed her mom's designer purses and started screaming that if they were going to sell her stuff, she'd sell theirs too. Her dad filmed the entire meltdown, not to shame her, but because he's learned to keep receipts. In the video, Ryan's shouting, "You picked Jake over me, your own daughter. Hope you're happy with your new favorite child." Her mom didn't miss a beat. "No, Ryan. We chose what's right over what's wrong, and we failed you by not teaching you the difference." That's when Ryan lost it completely. She tried deleting the video off her mom's phone, but it had already been backed up to the cloud. Then she grabbed a vase, an heirloom from our great-grandmother, and smashed it against the wall. The neighbors called the cops after hearing the yelling. When the officers showed up, Ryan tried saying her parents were abusing her by selling her belongings. They weren't buying it, especially since they'd already responded to her scene at my house weeks earlier. Her parents didn't press charges, but they cut her off. No more phone bill. No more emergency credit card. No more living under their roof. They told her she needed real help. They'd pay for therapy. But that was it. Her answer? She went nuclear on Instagram. Started posting so-called exposés about everyone in the family. Said Aaron had shoplifted. Lie. Claimed I was gambling with Mason's surgery money. Absolute lie. Even accused her own parents of abuse. They spoiled her rotten. But no one believed her. Her followers remembered the Paris shopping spree. They saw her bragging, watched her meltdown unfold. The comments were vicious. Isn't this the chick who stole her disabled cousin's surgery money? Still playing the victim, huh? She tried deleting comments. They kept coming. Then she posted a crying video. I'm being cyberbullied. I need a break. 20 minutes later, she was back on a backup account asking if anyone had a couch she could crash on. Nobody offered. And here's the kicker. Remember that job she lost, the financial coordinator one? The company reposted the opening. Guess who got hired? Aaron. She started last week. When Ryan found out, she stormed into the office and made such a scene, security had to escort her out. Now she's got a trespassing warning, too. The family got together for dinner last night, without her. Her parents brought the final check to finish paying back Mason's surgery fund. While we were eating, Ryan spam called everyone. Some calls were threats. Others were apologies. No one answered. Her final message to me said, "Hope you're happy. You turned everyone against me. I'll never forgive you." I didn't reply. I was too busy helping Mason pack his overnight bag for the hospital. His surgery is tomorrow morning. Before they left, Ryan's mom pulled me aside. She had tears in her eyes, but not from sadness. "Thank you," she whispered, "for having the guts to stand up to her. We should have done it years ago." Then, this morning, something unexpected showed up at my door. A package. Inside was an envelope with $3,000 in cash and a handwritten note. "Dear Jake and Mason, this is all I have left. I sold my laptop and a few other things. I'm sorry it's not more. I'm sorry for everything. I know sorry isn't enough, but it's all I have right now. Ryan." I added the money to Mason's recovery fund. He'll need physical therapy, and every bit helps. As for Ryan, last I heard, she's crashing at a hostel, applying for jobs under a new name, and finally, starting therapy. Her parents are holding firm. They'll pay for counseling, but nothing else until she shows she's serious about changing. Mason's surgery is in 14 hours. He's nervous, but more excited than anything. This morning he looked up at me and said, "Dad, when I can run, I'm gonna run so fast that all the bad stuff can't catch us." Run, buddy. Run fast. You've earned it. This is my last update. Thanks to everyone who stuck with me through all of this. Standing up to family? Hardest thing I've ever done. But sometimes, it's the only thing you can do.